What motivates me as a teacher is that, I also grew up in a Title I school. I know how difficult that could be for this set of children. So I tried to give back to students who grew up like me. I didn't grow up in a great area, and I just remember my favorite teacher, who was ironically a 5th grade teacher like myself, who just basically showed me how it doesn't matter where you come from or how you grow up. That one teacher can definitely inspire, the child in the worst situation to be their best and be successful in school, academically, build relationships and all of that. So that's the biggest thing that motivates me, is that I need to give back to the students who were just like me. We're doing a lot of movement, technology, definitely fun, lively, and besides just academic things, there's a lot of love in my classroom. We treat each other as family, and we know that, if somebody's down, we pick them up. If somebody's struggling, it's our responsibility to make sure that they are successful.
Motivates me is my children, my students. So when I walk into the classroom and I have all my students here, seeing their faces is the reason why I came into school as a teacher to begin with, and I am here to make their learning experience the best it possibly can be. So they are absolutely my motivation, because if they are engaged and interested in a lesson, that means that we are having a great day. They are taking what I want them from our lesson, and they are going to be more likely to do something with that further. I had an amazing experience with my high school science teacher, and I knew that I wanted to bring that to my future students. I knew I wanted to be a teacher because I have this passion that I wanted to share with them. And so when I see that their faces are lighting up, they are asking questions, they are into what we are doing, we all know we're on the right track together. And this is our future, so I want to create this world that we can all be very happy with together, and that's only possible if students start off with a good start in their educational system. A normal day in my classroom is something that deals with my routine. So when my students come into the classroom, they are expected to get their notebooks. We have bins around the room for them to keep them so they don't lose them. We have our warm-ups. We have their pencils for them where they need them. So we get started with a 5-minute warm-up that allows us to clarify anything that they had misconceptions on or didn't quite get from the previous lessons, and it gets them geared up for the class ahead of them. Afterwards, we do some sort of set, whether it is getting them geared up for a new set of information or getting them ready for their activity that they are going to do today. If we do have information like notes, I like to break up the notes with something that's more engaging, because nobody, even I, can sit for a long period of time to scribble down notes that I'm not likely to remember in a big stretch of time like that. So something like quizzes, Kahoot, Quizlet Live in the middle to help them digest stuff. And then if we have time at the end of class, something similar, whether it's stations, well, not stations on a lesson day, but like card sorts, plicker cards, something to get them to apply what they have just learned in the class. If we are going over material that we have learned previously, we like to have stations or some sort of way to get the students moving and really applying what they like. A normal day also includes me listening to my students about what they are interested in and what they want to do in the class. That way, when we do apply our knowledge to activities, we're doing something that aligns with their interests.
What motivates me is seeing my students learn and be actively engaged in the learning process, and then being able to take away their knowledge and understanding and apply it to real world situations and come back in and explain some of the very things that I've taught them to me and to their peers, and really take something away from my course that they can use in their life.
All right, constants. Before you tell me what the constants are, what is
a normal day in my classroom is pretty structured. Students come in, they grab their warm-up, they have an allotted amount of time to do their warm-ups, and then they submit them. We then discuss their warm-ups. They are asked questions. They have time to ask and answer questions. And then we go over the learning outcomes and objectives for the day. What it is I want them to know and be able to do by the time they leave my classroom. Typically, we have some sort of manipulative or hands-on activity or video that prompts discussion to help them further engage with the course materials. A lot of checks for understandings and formative assessments are done throughout the lesson just to ensure that students are on track and actually learning what it is I need them to be able to learn.